Oh my gosh!
Hello,
we
everybody.
had some technical difficulties, but it's so good to see everybody. Happy July. And happy, oh my gosh, it's the third episode of the No Sugar Baker on the road with the
Hubs. Hey, this place we're at right now is amazing. I know I said amazing like 3 times yesterday in the video that you're going to see today, but this place is unbelievable.
So we took the No Sugar Baker RV on the road, drove all the way up, almost very close to the Canadian border, not quite. We're back in Minnesota. We're at the Getaway Adventure Resort right on Pequot Lakes, and also the folks are here too joining us. And we have quite the show lined up for you. We're really excited. Thanks for hanging with us. I know we were about a 15-minute delay there, but hey, we are back. We actually went axe throwing this week. Not axe throwing this week. You think you're going to be part of a league.
Hey, the first time I ever did it, I think I mastered it. I asked if I could enter their local league, but it only happens when I'm not here. So I guess they're going to have to do without it.
I was terrible until I realized one small little fact. You know what I learned? I learned that the sharper the axe, the easier it sticks to the target. The first axe I had was completely dull.
You got to put a little muscle into it.
I was putting muscle into it. I was putting everything into it, and it would just like fall right back. But anyway, so we're pretty good at axe throwing, but we're not doing that today. Here's what we're doing. Oh my gosh, we got 2 cooking demonstrations for you. The folks are with me. We're going to do the No Sugar Baker chicken wild rice soup, which is fantastic.
Very
great.
Good.
I never knew, up until my mom read a book recently that was about Native American literature and historical facts, that wild rice is actually really good for the diabetic. And we tested it out last night. So I had my very first bowl of chicken wild rice soup last night. We tested my meter this morning. Friends, I'm going to knock your socks off. My number this morning was normally, I'll be honest with you, normally blood glucose level, we want it to be between 112 and 122 is my number. That's my magic sweet spot. This morning, after eating that wild rice soup, guess what it was? You know, don't cheat. 102. 102. So actually a little bit low for what's this week.
That's actually really good for a soup made in the restaurant because they could tell you it's kosher and diabetic friendly and it doesn't have any sugar. But
and of course, I asked for every single ingredient list whenever
and eating it and having your number like that this morning is awesome.
Yeah, so hey, so win for that. So we're gonna do the No Sugar Baker chicken wild rice soup with my mom and my dad, and then also my very favorite recipe is coming back. It's the No Sugar Baker Holy Smokes pumpkin bars. Because every time you eat one, what do you say?
Holy smokes!
Holy smokes! So we're doing that, and then yesterday we kind of alluded to this. You went off on the Sherp with the folks.
We had a good time yesterday. The folks absolutely loved it. I think your dad was a little scared at times, but
he's fierce. He's tough.
He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, the Sherp video that we have for you is very interesting. These Sherps, I don't know if you guys know what a Sherp is, but they can pretty much go anywhere, over anything, in anything, and they're fun.
Okay, before we get started, we love prizes. The Hubs is going to show the prize today. We're going to send out 2 cookbooks. The No Sugar Baker cookbook, which you can buy at www.nosugarbaker.com. And then we're going to send you, oh yes, it's my new favorite product because not only do I like their nuts, I love their slogan. You know, I know what it is? It's this. Put a little kick in your nuts.
Who makes that?
I absolutely love it. So put a little kick in your nuts. So it's Giddy Up Nuts sent us some packages. So you're going to get the original spiced almonds. And then you're also getting the Brazilian gourmet buffalo wing.
Awesome.
Buffalo wing, as you know, buffalo sauce is very low in sugar. So you got that coming for you. And then we also, our friends from 1949 Peanuts, we're going to send you their, I think it's chili lime peanuts.
Chili lime peanuts.
Yeah, see, what a great prize. And here's the challenge. You can put in the comments. Here's your question of the day. How many years have the folks been married?
Ooh, so I thought you were going to say us.
That's too easy. So how many years have the folks been married? So enter your number. And I'll tell you right now, we're going to celebrate my 48. I'm the youngest of the 3 kids, and I'm going to be 48. So that can help you do the math a little bit. So what a year of the folks' anniversary, and all the right entries, we're going to draw 2 names from them up, and you're going to get the great little package. And you have some Giddy Up nuts, along with a couple of new cookbooks for you. And stay with us. We got the cooking videos coming up in a second. But first, we're going to show you what this place that we're staying at, let me tell you, I think is amazing. Is the right word.
It is amazing, and it's going to knock your socks off. This place that we walked into,
The Getaway.
We're using this kitchen at the Getaway Adventure Resort, and I'm telling you, it doesn't even do justice.
It's
to pictures.
500 acres. You can axe throw. They have their own 9-hole golf course.
I think like a 6 or 7-hole golf course.
You can do the 3 holes again.
Ropes course. They have archery. They have long range target.
I think they got
shooting.
like skeet shoot. Is it called skeet shooting?
Skeet shooting.
Skeet. I've never held a gun in my life, so I wouldn't know anything about it. You can see wildlife. Apparently, there's 7 bears that live on this property. So we're gonna take you right now to that video. So I'm gonna scoot on the way over to play the video.
Enjoy.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action.
Oh, you're on. You're on.
Hey, that video is good. I just tried some of these carrots as well. Also very good. As I'm choking. Anyways, this Sherp, Jeremiah, the owner of the resort, told us yesterday, if you can't hear it in the video, you could go from here to Alaska on 1 tank of gas. That's crazy.
Now we're cooking apples.
Hey everybody, it's the Hubs here. We are out here on 500 plus acres of pretty much an adventure land called the Getaway. And I'm here with Joby and Jeremiah. They're the owners of this great property. And today we're gonna do something called sherping. Any of you guys know what a sherp is?
Do I just click on this tree?
When I came out here for the first time, I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. I thought we were gonna drive some ATV through some trails. All of a sudden, we show up, and this is what we're getting ourselves into here. Tell me a little bit about the Sherp. What's all pertaining? It's like the best off-roading vehicle you possibly can have, right?
Yeah, so they're amphibious, so you can go either drop in the woods, crawl the rocks. They do like 4 foot, 3 foot, straight up climbs. What else can you do?
Drop through the ice.
Drop through the ice.
You can literally go through the ice, go on the water, and get back out of the frozen lake. That's amazing. Also, this thing goes in the water. Those tires are, what are they, 5 feet tall? How many what's the air pressure in there?
Yeah, they're about 5 feet tall when they're fully inflated. Full inflation is only like 5 psi. Most of the time we're running them below that. Get out there.
I thought it was so cool when we were here before. He lowered the Sherp down for us to get into. He's like, oh, I'll raise it back up. The tires inflate by the exhaust, right?
Yep, the exhaust takes by about 60 seconds and you're fully inflated from 0 up to where we need.
That's amazing. So today, Jeremiah and Joby are going to take myself and the folks, you guys know the folks, Jane, the No Sugar Baker's parents. We are all 3 of us are going to go on a little cruise and show you guys what it's like when we're out there in the Sherp. So stay tuned. wildlife get used to you being around?
Like I said, the bears was like, that's where you go back to beach hunters.
Oh,
So they were coming out after that 5 or 10 minutes after I was out there. Don't mind those trees. Make a trailer once in a while.
Oh my gosh, so we're back. We're having technical difficulties. I'm so glad you're staying with us. Now we have 2 cooking demonstrations. So I have my dad and my mom, both are here, and you guys are both born Minnesotans.
yes.
So my mom, you're gonna start with me. First, we're gonna make your chicken wild rice hot dish, and you did your homework. You're the one who figured out that wild rice is actually good for diabetics.
Yes, it's a grain and it is high in protein, and that is your plus. And as Native Americans came from the eastern coast, they were told to search for lakes in not great depth, but with flowing water. And in Minnesota and in a number of other states, wild rice is grown. Minnesota and California are the leaders.
So we pre-soaked the wild rice here, right? So we pre-soaked the wild rice. So you get yourself a soup pot. In it, you're gonna put celery, onion, mushroom, believe it or not. And then I added in just a couple of cut chopped carrots. Now, usually I use a organic carrot that's not orange because it helps actually with sugar levels. But like I said earlier, I'm starting to taste a little bit more to the meter. And actually, carrots now is not that worst food for me at all. So we're going to put that in, and then we're going to put in about 1.5 cups of the wild rice. And like I said yesterday when I tried it, I was a little nervous. Tried it, and that glucose level was 102, which is off the charts amazing. So just go ahead and put that right inside, just like that. So I did pre-soak it ahead of time. Minnesota is actually known for, you said wild rice hot dish too, believe it or not.
Yes.
Hot dish is kind of a fancy word for Minnesotans. So we're gonna go ahead and stir that up just like this. And then we're gonna add in about 3 or 4 chicken breasts. I actually use chicken thighs today. I chopped up the chicken thighs, raw, believe it or not. You go ahead and put that also right into your soup pot. And then here comes the secret ingredient, Mom. So you're gonna go ahead and stir that, combine it all together. And the secret ingredient is this, rosemary. So I'll let you go ahead and put the rosemary in.
Are you saying about a teaspoon of shakes?
Give it a good shake.
Okay.
Whatever you think is your, I tend to spice things up a little bit more than you do, but that's okay. And then we're gonna add in about, that's great. We're gonna add in 3 cups of chicken broth. And you can also use a vegetable broth or chicken broth, your choice. Low sodium, you know, I've been watching my salt levels quite a bit. So low sodium actually works really well too. So that's about good right there. And then you're gonna stir it up. You're gonna bring that to a boil. And you're gonna let that boil for about 45 minutes to an hour. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add in your choice of adding in 2 cups of heavy cream, which we have right over here after it boils, the heavy cream. Or lately I've been actually using, believe it or not, friends, a plant-based sesame seed milk. Completely sugar-free, completely high in the protein. So that's actually been a really good choice for me. And once you get that all creamed together, then we're also gonna add in, Mom, you're gonna add in after it's done, we'll show it. It's chopped bacon, which gives the soup a little bit more, I'm not sure what the right word is, but it gives a little bit more pizzazz. And then also, because I love to use a little green and a little vegetable add to it, so I'm gonna also add in a little bit of spinach. You can find this recipe, of course, at nosugarbaker.com. It's wonderful. I know it's summer, but in a weird way, to me, this kind of feels like outdoorsy kind of food. The comfort food is wonderful. And then, of course, this is what the soup, oh, I can't see the camera. Probably doing hubs, good with the camera. This is what the soup will turn out to. I like my soup piping hot. You probably like yours, toasty warm and warm. It's good. It's a great soup. It's very Minnesotan. Now, over here, Dad, here, you're gonna make the Holy Smokes pumpkin bars. So your very first step is you're going to spray your pan. Great. Give it a good spray. Beautiful. And then we'll put that away a little bit. And then here we have, believe it or not, we use 1 cup of sweetener. I use pure cane brown, and I love recipes that actually use more of the brown sweetener versus the granular sweetener. So it's 1 cup of the brown sweetener along with 1/3 of a cup of a granular sweetener. And then over here in this bowl, I'll let you pour this into there for me. It's your choice of 1 cup of melted butter for you real non-sugar eaters, or 1 cup of vegetable oil, along with, this is tricky, 1 can of pure pumpkin. Friends, not pumpkin pie puree, because that's full of sugar, right? Those pre-made pumpkin fillings pies. This is pure pumpkin. So you're gonna go ahead and put that, and then we're going to, I'm gonna let you do this step. You're gonna crack 3 eggs. Just go ahead and put it either into the bowl or into the measuring cup. How you doing on that?
Good.
You're looking fantastic. And then as much vanilla as we choose. I tend to use a lot of I tend to use a lot of vanilla because in a weird, I don't know if it's in my mind or if it's just how it works out normally. I tend to like vanilla products that take away from the sweetener, sometimes the taste a little bit. And then also you're gonna add in, once we get those 3 eggs in there, you're gonna add in, here comes your 3 eggs.
Gotcha.
3 eggs, and you're gonna mix that together again. And then the secret ingredient I said, you know what it is? Dad, know what it is?
Yeah, it's a sugar-free maple syrup.
Sugar-free breakfast syrup.
Breakfast syrup.
Yep, so sugar-free breakfast syrup is kind of it brings that sweetness, but it is completely sugar-free. And then in this bowl right here, we have 2 cups of, I've been really, even I'll ask you about this. I use King Arthur keto wheat flour along with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm just going to go ahead and fold that right into the pan. You're going to keep mixing it all together. You're doing a fantastic job. Have you ever made pumpkin bars before?
Let's see. No.
No. Well, it's a great first step in those 50-some years of marriage, I bet. Okay, so you keep mixing it all together, and then you can either add your choice of cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. We're just going to add in a little bit of pumpkin pie spice right to it. Keep mixing. And then you're going to bake it at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes. Of course, you're going to go ahead and put the toothpick in, pull it out when you're done. This is what I made yesterday. I topped it with the No Sugar Baker cream cheese frosting, which is 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, along with heavy whipping cream, along with, I use Pure Cane's confectioner's sweetener. You go ahead and mix it all together, put it on top. Now, I like a cooler, I know it sounds strange, I'm weird. I like a cooler pumpkin bar. So I put mine in the freezer and then let it sit and kind of like, what's the word? Kind of like
Mellow.
What'd you say?
Mold
Mold.
together.
Mold.
Meld together.
I don't really like mold on my bars, but I like to melt together, come together, right? So that I do like a chilled pumpkin bar, and let me tell you, that used to be, before I got sick, a pumpkin bar with cream cheese frosting I thought was completely out of my life for the rest. It actually is back, and they taste fantastic. So you're gonna love this recipe. Make the soup, make the pumpkin bars. We all went fishing on Leech Lake, which is where these two reside when they're not in Florida as snowbirds. And you guys have done your homework on Leech Lake?
Yes.
Yes? What do you know about Leech Lake?
Leech Lake is the home to wild rice in the little bay. We're just in one little bay of the lake, which is the 3rd largest inland lake in Minnesota, and has more has more shoreline than California, Oregon combined.
Oh my gosh.
What?
What?
Yes, that's an absolute fact. There's a lot of little islands and some peninsulas, bays.
So you guys
on the
have
lake.
watched actually rice They call it ricing, right?
Yes,
Ricing.
it's harvesting. Yep. Typically, in the state of Minnesota, you can get a license in the month of August is start to harvest. We happen to live on the property that we're on is within the reservation, Native American, so they have rights. So one of our total joys is come September, they can start in August, but the product is ready for harvesting in where we are in mid-September, and say by 8:20 in the morning, we have seen a number of mornings, a canoe going by with 2 individuals, and one has what I'm understanding is called knockers, and one has a pole.
Push pole, yep.
And they varigate just through the wild rice. Wild rice grows to about 10 feet,
In height.
and into a not a very deep water. But they will pound, and within by 8:20 in the morning, we can see that to the very rim of the canoe, it is filled. It's very hard work, but if you are interested in this, there's a number of videos that you can watch online. In particular, there is one for Mahnomen, Minnesota, which is a white earth reservation, and it shows extraordinary how the process, you're going right through.
Right in the rice, yep. Right in the patties, yeah.
That's so awesome. It's so cool. So we actually have you've been reading these books by a professor from Bemidji State.
Yes.
Professor
Anton Trier.
Anton Trier. And guess what? Right before the show, he emailed me the episode. We call ourselves a show these days. Right before the show, he emailed me that he actually wants to do No Sugar Baker on the Road August. So,
Wow.
Terrific. So it is terrific. So he said to send in your questions if you have any questions you've ever wanted to ask a Native American. He would love to see those questions. He actually wants to talk a lot about diabetes in the Native American population and everything they do to help it out. But you've read how many of his books so far?
We've read his books, and we've also just completed also his brother. His brother is David, that has written Life on the Res, and Anton has written a book about wanting the Native Americans to continue their tradition. So he's done a book about the culture so that it will carry on, and the language is so important.
And the language, I think, is called Ojibwe.
Yes.
Right? Ojibwe. That's a great word for my other favorite game. Anyway, we have one video I'll have to show you, which is fantastic. So like I said, we all went walleye fishing on Leech Lake, which is right outside where they spend their summers. And we caught our limit of walleyes. I don't even know what the limit was. It 3 or 4?
Four piece.
Four
Yep.
walleyes each. We did it. So this video is great. So you can actually see in the video a little bit of what Leech Lake looks like. And then we so look forward to seeing everybody again in August. We'll have the professor on to talk about his books, and also who knows where the No Sugar Baker RV is going to land, because we have a couple things working up in our planning schedule, which right now the hubs is kind of like, wait a minute, are we going to Ireland? We don't know. You'll have to wait and see. So watch this video, and then we'll see you all next week. Don't forget to enter the contest. How long have these two kids been married? It's a great question. And actually, you guys were high school sweethearts.
Yes.
Am I not correct with that? Do I know my parents or not?
Yes.
You guys were high school sweethearts. So you've been married. So enter your comments in, and I'll even let them pick out whoever gets it right. I'll let them pick the 2 winners for the No Sugar Baker cookbook, which is your favorite cookbook, along with those Giddy Up Nuts, which I think is absolutely genius marketing. Watch this video.
Welcome back. Look what we get to dig into. A beautiful no sugar baker pumpkin bar.
They're forgetting it's supposed to be the no sugar baker. Holy smokes, pumpkin bar, friends. It's
Yum.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes.
Holy smoke, is that good?
Hey, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.